What's going down, operatives? Today we're going to be looking at the brand new patch that comes into us at 1.27. Has been live for roughly under 24 hours, give or take, and this should be changing the warfield and what you're going to be experiencing from some gameplay. My name is Mac here at the MacGyver7 channel, and today we're going to be looking at Modern Warfare and what infinityward has changed in their new 28th to 29 update in patchwork. Console to console, it kind of leaves it a mess, but I dig deep and I find it really well for as far as what comes down to the information. As we all dig deeper into the trenches, we can see that the launch week for as far as Warzone updates, new limited times inside of those, operatives that will be joining, new weapons that are showcased right directly over there, on top of what we have is new multiplayer for the Tank Factory, Broadcast Station, on beyond, even Vampire Baths. I thought that was pretty interesting. As well as the Haunted of the Verdansk. You can see that there is going to be weekly portions as it continues to phase in there, week 2, week 3, and week 4. So there will be a lot more updates as they kind of unfold this portion. Now let's look at the technicals. As we scroll past what is the afflicted areas, right over here, we will see that the Warzone also takes a hit for as far as what they'll be miling over in this blockbuster gameplay. Now the general fixes of what we will see is, first one is directly as the C4, and it will give you a different velocity for as far as 30% in the throat, as well as a nice quick detonation with a beep that now plays with that. Looking on past that, we also see fixed issues for as far as the survivalist for reviving your teammate. 5 seconds delay and they'll be back in the gameplay with the gun. Also on top of the fixed issues for the obtaining portion of the unlimited stopping power round, they fixed that. Seems like it was kind of an exploit. And we can see the last two fixes that come into the general portion as they appear as the defending the players had no longer time for the respawn for as far as taking back to all the players when they were dead at the HQ. Kind of a big issue. Also on top of the Molotov cocktails and grenades that were planted into the bombs that were causing it to kill the defusing player, which is kind of a bummer. Now the guns that come into a fix is going to be the Fin LMG for as far as the attachments that it'll have with the chainsaw, as well as the heartbeat sensor that was not being able to be visible in the situation. They've been miling over those. The other explosive point of the thermite rounds in the non-functionable portion intended, that has been fixed for as far as the Blunt Force 2 bundle. On top of the issues were the muzzle selected in the screen for the Flynn LMG, yet again for as far as the gunsmith menu. Now should be a little bit more easier to digest. The issues where the players were left with the proper grips on top of the weapons on the 23 Romans barrel is equipped with the AK. Those were not good times, but now they are. For as far as the few bugs that were prone for the hipfire and the view, they were not appearing as intended and disappeared in certain circumstances. The Origin 12 makes the list for the reduction with very close damage in Warzone, and the shotgun gets an increasement in damage for the slugs inside of Warzone. The XRK chainsaw, Flynn LMG, addressing the add-on description for the gun note smith, as well as the increased brightness in the tactical laser attachment. Let's go ahead and go down to the Warzone. With the fixed issues in the portion of the south corner of the stadium coming down to hopefully something that will not be an issue, as well as the issues in the fence with the white trap over the near the hospital, the players were able to see through one side. On top of the occasional trains that would appear in the white placeholder icon maps and the properties and the places of the tracks of the win of the Warzone. On top of the bugs that were players were unable to damage enemies with gunfire while on the ascenders, and looking at the players that were in the minimap set to not rotate. They were inaccurate pings in the heartbeat sensor. This has been fixed, which would be really just bad, just like horrible radar detection. They fixed the rare issue for as far as the train supply box that would vanish during longer rounds. Unfortunately, it seems like that. The NVIDIA Reflex, one of the bigger things that a lot of people had with the 30 series or just the NVIDIA series in general, taking a bigger portion of what you're going to see for the performance and the entanglement between that driver and what's going to be happening. So hopefully more stabilities are going to come into that, but If you are using a PC, I do cover the NVIDIA patch notes, and I just did a recent article. I'll tag it in the end. You should definitely watch that. It'll show you a little bit better for as far as performance, but you're probably going to want to roll back your driver setting because it's just really not that optimized. But everyone, have a very nice day. Thank you so much for sticking tuned. If you're new to the network, you can always subscribe. It's absolutely free. Helps me out as a creator. And if you do today, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, they'll make a Warzone that's actually fixed, but you'll have to subscribe to find out. But I'll see you guys and gals in the next few weeks as we unroll weeks 2, 3, and 4 and updates that will pretty much ensue after that. Stay safe and stay classy, everyone, and see you there.